chest, if you can lay your hand on their chest, somebody's up here, you would be absolutely surprised at how many people will argue right here in your face. And when they do, if you can get a hand right here, you got good clean uppercuts and elbows. You got follow-through elbows. If your hands are hanging by your side, this is natural. You don't have to get way down here to hit a guy in the jimmy. All right, you just stand here like this, your hands are right there. You can either flip him, which will cause him to buckle or react and get you set in for an elbow shot and maybe a front headlock, or turn your palm straight up. One of the ways I like to hit the groin is to turn my palm up, just like this, and just hit, just like that. When you hit, they're going to bend, and then you run straight up into their head and rip and turn and tear their head around. This is simple. You can go into the chin, you can go into the eyes, or you can come into the neck and trach him right in it. And remember, this windpipe is a lethal blow. So when that's happening, somebody's in here going, yap, 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 boom, get a shot here, they bend up into their throat, grab and twist, turn, and if you want, you can add another headbutt in here. You want to try to attempt to use your head like a battering ram. These are down and dirty street fighting techniques that work. Other things that will happen frequently, if I ever get into a fisticuff, if I'm going backwards or something, almost always I try to throw my thumb, and I like to use my thumb into their eye. I like to take it and twist it and turn it, and that will give you an advantage to set up other techniques. If you end up on the floor and the guy's out wrestling you, if he's beating you, you just go straight into his eyes, and he's not going to sit around there wrestling you anymore. He's going to get up and get away, and in some cases they'll even pass out. So it's okay to get into the eyes on these people.
Hey, it's Jimbo over here with another tip. This one is about the importance of knowing how to knock someone out fast. Sounds brutal, and it is, but you need to know this. I mean, let's say you get into a physical confrontation. You tried to avoid it, but sometimes that's just not possible, is it? You may be cornered, or you may have your wife or girlfriend with you, so escape is simply not an option. In a situation like that, once you've recognized that you're going to have to fight, I mean, like really fight, do not hesitate. You've got to end it fast. Here's why I say that and why it's so important to you. A street fight is not a boxing match. There are no rules, no referees, no clean canvas. You can't depend on your opponent's sense of mercy or that others will jump in to break up the fight and save you. No. Every second that a real-world confrontation continues, the dangers and the risks for you multiply exponentially. What starts off as a one-on-one encounter can quickly spiral out of control, and the results for you could mean a trip to the hospital if you're lucky, or worse, a trip to the morgue. My little company, Fightfast, has been in the self-defense business for almost 40 years now. So we've done our homework. There are facts backed up here by a ton of research. One of those facts is that the first 5 seconds of a confrontation is what I call your window of opportunity. This is your best and often your only chance to end the fight on your terms before the situation deteriorates. Your mind is still clear and you can still act decisively. After that is the 5 to 15 second range. This is where complications arise. Your element of surprise is gone, the adrenaline dump screws up your fine motor skills, and your opponent's friends start to join the fray. It's not hopeless yet, but things have already started to go sideways for you in just a period of 5 to 15 seconds. At 15 seconds, you hit what I call a critical danger zone. Exhaustion begins to set in, sapping your strength, slowing your reaction times. You'll likely be taken to the ground with his friends kicking and stomping on your head. Also, if there's a weapon, it's likely to be drawn into play at this point of the game. And this is where things really start to go south for you, which is why staying on your feet and ending the fight decisively within the first 5 seconds is your only true defense against these mounting threats. Neutralizing a threat in under 5 seconds minimizes your exposure to danger and provides you with the greatest chance of a safe outcome for you. Which is why I insist that a knockout would be the perfect solution for you here. But the trick is, how do you do that? Well, it's not as hard as you may imagine. I can't cover it all here, but I've put together an illustrated guide for you, 10 instant knockout techniques. It's yours for free. The link is in the description. Get it now while it's still available. Again, it's all yours for free, and it's there where you'll discover the simple secrets to ending a fight in 5 seconds or less. All right, let's move on to our next tip.
Matter of point of reference, and this is a personal point of reference, I'm going to show you my 5 favorite lead-in strikes. Confrontation, I have made the decision. A confrontation is inevitable. I might as well start it. I might as well get it taken care of before it gets out of hand. These are my 5 personal favorites. Okay, first one, hand like a palm to the face. I don't care if I get the eyes, but I'm going for it. Okay, it's a palm strike to the face. These fingers, keep them bent. Don't stab somebody with your fingers straight. You break them. You ever get your fingers jammed in baseball and stuff? Leave them flexible. That's all you need. Strike to the face. Number 2, web hand strike to the throat. Boom, like this. Hit there, bounce off the chest, hit there, pushing them back. Number 3 is use of the shin to the groin. Boom, lift up. Point your toes and lift up. Okay. 4 is the thumb level strike to the thigh for debilitating one side. Boom, like this. Kick to there. Okay. Number 5 is hair technique, here and down. Okay, again, slowly this time. Looks like straight down, not this time. We're going over here, taking this high quadrant, and he's going down this way.
Next thing we're going to talk about is balance. Balance is all important. Balance is the most important component of any technique. It's the most important thing you need to maintain. It can also be the most significant thing that you can influence on an assailant. Now, if you're new to training, I'm going to give you just a very basic way to stand, to practice techniques, to work with your partner, and to present yourself in the face of a possible problem on the street. If you just start with your feet together, just put your feet shoulder width apart. Now, if you're right-handed, take a half step forward with your left foot. Just reverse that if you're left-handed. With your half step forward, now take your feet and just kind of turn them at an angle. Bring your hands up to protect yourself, and you're ready to perform just about all of the material that we're going to show you on these tapes. Now, keep your knees slightly bent so you can sink, so you can generate power, so you can absorb punishment. Remember those hands. I like you to keep your hands open, not just as clubs, but open. A lot of the things that we're going to be doing involves using your hands to grab and manipulate joints, weapons, that type of thing. You need your hands open to be able to do that. Now, in influence the balance of other, there's a couple of key things I need you to keep in mind. We're going to show those with John. Anytime that we're looking and dealing with someone else, take note of their foot placement. Look where their heels are. There's an invisible line that runs from heel to heel. And if you can track on that, keep your eyes on that, not looking down obviously, but understand where that is. And let's use this stick to point out this line. That's where John's balance is right now. If I want to exert control over John's balance, if I want to take him down, what I need to do is I need to push perpendicular to this line. Now I'm going to have him move his legs out a little bit just so that you can see what I'm talking about. That's a pretty unnatural stance. So we're going to have John take a step forward, comfortable. Nice and good there. Watch with the stick. And I'm simply going to push and pull perpendicular to the fall line, and John goes down. Now the fall line's kind of a funny thing. If John is positioned like this, I'm positioned like this, kind of looks like we're ready to start some action, and he steps in another direction. His fall line has just changed. So whereas before I'd have to go this way, now I have to go this way. You can still do that, but always watch for those slight shifts in body position because that will change. Any type of technique you're going to do, you need to be cognizant of that fall line. It's a very simple principle that you can use to maximize your success in taking somebody down.
Hands are here. I can't get my hands up. He hits me with a shot. For just a moment, Chad's going to have his arm here. I simply grab around the arm, tuck my head in, going for the same arm break. In this bicep, I'm going to detach the bicep, break the arm by just reversing this elbow up. Just turn it up and break down. Be ready to tap, Chad. Just tap when it hurts. Okay. So what we're going to do, so hands are up, throw the punch, Boom, take my shot. It's more than likely you guys are going to take a shot. Get under, just grab the wrist, get under, turn the elbow up, go for the break. So I'll speed it up. Chad's going to throw a punch and then pull it back because I can't do this to his arm. Throw a punch, pulls it back, and then I'm going to just break. I'm just going to pull down and snap that arm. We'll do it slow. I'll catch the punch. Hits me with a punch. My hands aren't up. Oh, I get hit with a punch. Same thing. I've got to pull it before he retracts his arm. If we're fighting a boxer and he's throwing jabs, this isn't going to work. We're talking about a good old-fashioned life and death situation where most fighters start to throw heavy punches and they'll even close their eyes. But what they punch with is the intent to do damage. This is what a street fighter looks like when he punches. He throws everything he's got into it. So as he does that, our hands are up. We're going to get just a moment here to come back and catch this arm. You have to drop under, catch this arm with both hands if possible, and just turn and pull down. As I do this, I'm going to break. This turns into throws and other things.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.